The cleansing flame is not a simple force. It is a distortion, a fractured reflection of something far older and truer. The divine order offered by the Father. Both present a path towards transformation, both promise power, but the difference is not in strength, it is in philosophy. The flame seeks perfection through removal. The Father seeks wholeness through becoming who you were designed to be. One believes salvation is achieved by erasing imperfection from existence. The other understands that imperfection is the very soil in which growth is born. The Father does not erase creation's flaws through destruction. He does not refine existence by subtraction. Instead, he calls the soul into maturation, into understanding, into responsibility and truth. Healing in this order is not imposed, it is received. A blessing is not always comfort. Sometimes it is a burden shaped by growth. Sometimes it is hardship that reveals capacity. And sometimes what appears as delay or silence is guidance asking the individual to rise into what they were created to carry. True restoration is not the removal of a struggle. It is the willing surrender to transformation. The followers of the cleansing flame misunderstand the nature of corruption. They assume that evil is an external stain, that if it's burned away, purity will remain. But corruption is not only external, it is internal, relational and deeply entangled with the will. It cannot be erased like soot from stone. It must be confronted, seen, understood, and ultimately transcended. The only true cleansing is not fire, but repentance, acceptance, and mercy. The Father does not demand suffering as payment. He does not require destruction to restore order. He does not ask that one be sacrificed so another may feel whole. Instead, he calls for responsibility, the courage to face oneself without denial. The cleansing flame, however, becomes a tool for avoidance. Its followers do not resolve guilt, they externalize it. They project their inner fracture onto others and call it justice. By destroying what they label impure, they momentarily feel purified themselves. But this purification is an illusion, because what they destroy outside was never the true source of their corruption. It was only their projection over others, who serve as a mirror on what lied within, ready to be acknowledged. And over time the flame does not merely empower them, it affirms their will. Authority replaces humility, control replaces discernment, judgment replaces understanding. What begins as a desire for purity becomes a structure of domination, dressed as righteousness. Humanity is granted freedom not as abandonment, but as dignity. The Father does not interfere with every choice, because to override every decision would be to dissolve the very essence of personhood. A parent does not live the life of the grown child. They guide, they support, and they remain present. But they do not seize the will. For individuation, the becoming of the self, is the intended path. Through experience, the individual comes to recognize truth not as instruction, but as realization. The divine system is not built upon guilt, it is built upon responsibility. Actions carry consequences, but consequences are not punishments in the narrow sense. They are revelations of the intended path. Each outcome becomes a mirror through which understanding can emerge, a chance to see clearly, a chance to return. Yet, many distance themselves from his presence, not because it is absent, but because they refuse alignment with what they think it represents. Through belief, fear, desire, and attachment, they relocate authority away from what was given within them. The cleansing flame followers believe they are ascending towards light, but in truth, many are retreating from it, because they refuse mercy. They seek purification without confrontation, absolution without transformation, and freedom without surrender. The deepest error is this: to believe that a person is defined by their impurities. But the Father does not define beings by their flaws, nor by their failures, nor even by their actions. A person is defined by which path they choose. The one who decides whether to hold on what harms them or release it, whether to resist truth or move towards it, whether to let the flame consume them or to be transformed without destruction.